All really got its start last year at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. What we found as a number of businesses were forced to close their doors to limit exposure was that many of them were having difficulty generating revenue from alcohol sales because their customer base essentially dried up during the pandemic. So what TABC did, working with industry members and with Governor Abbott, was seek for the issuance of a number of waivers to state law that essentially allowed these businesses to sell alcohol to go. Whereas previously state law did not allow the alcohol to leave the premises, now they could sell to customers who wanted to take it home with them, or they could also sell for something like delivery, where they actually deliver the product to the customers. So that went into effect last March, and over the following several months, we had a good experience with that. There were not a lot of issues related to public safety, and it was a great lifeline for these businesses. So what Governor Abbott did yesterday was sign into law essentially a new statute that makes those temporary changes permanent and will allow businesses to continue this practice going forward.
And you expect this to have a great economic impact for all of Texas?
We do. This is something that the legislature has brought up repeatedly in the past. It's been something that a number of businesses and a number of customers across Texas have sought for many, many years. And again, with the great behavior and with the great experience we had over the last year as it relates to TABC's regulation, we believe it will be a strong revenue generator for a number of businesses across the state over the years to come.
So saying that it's been in the minds for years now, it's not necessarily COVID that prompted it, but it did encourage it.
I believe that's probably true. Like I said, a number of businesses, they were asking for some form of relief whenever they had to close the doors last year, and they wanted to continue serving their customers, and especially, millions of Texans wanted to continue enjoying some of the products that they were able to enjoy before the pandemic. So this was a great avenue to allow them to do that. And because of the cooperation of the retailers and the cooperation of the customers who took it seriously and put safety first, we believe this will allow them to continue that great experience going ahead.
And what influence or support did TABC have in this decision, if any at all?
Our role as an executive agency isn't to necessarily lobby for change or to throw our support behind particular bills. What we do want to do is serve as a resource for legislators and for Governor Abbott when they're seeking for any kind of information on the regulation and on the enforcement side of things. And so we'll answer questions and we'll provide what we call fiscal notes that indicates any kind of, monetary impact to the state treasury as a result of this legislation. So that's what our role is. And then, of course, we'll also interface with industry members across the state who might want to lobby for or against a bill and just help answer their questions and provide ourselves as a resource for lawmakers and for industry members alike.
Is there anything else that's significant or important that you would want people to know about the law?
So one of the primary provisions in the law requires that if you are going to sell alcohol to go, you need to make sure it's alongside a food order. And so there isn't a necessary ratio of food to alcohol. You don't have to sell a certain amount of food before you can sell the alcohol. But the law does require that this practice is limited to bars, restaurants that hold a TABC food and beverage certificate, and that they sell food alongside the alcohol. And so if anyone has any questions about those requirements or if they need more details, we do encourage them to visit the TABC website that has a number of FAQs and other information that's available for people who have questions.